Your heart is beating for me. Even your blood can't wait to escape from you. Keep it authentic. Drink directly from the neck. Listen, your heart is beating for me. Even your blood can't wait to escape from you. Keep it authentic. Drink directly from the neck. Listen, your heart is beating for me. Even your blood can't wait to escape from you. Keep it authentic. Drink directly from the neck. Listen, your heart is beating for me. Even your blood can't wait to escape from you. Keep it authentic. Drink directly from the neck.
Hello, guys. Welcome everyone to tonight's Obscura Showdown Season 3, powered by Vista. Tonight we have some exciting matches going up as the first match of the evening is between Team Yama Esports and Team 7. Uh, Tonight I'm your caster, Juventin, and Gig will not be present right now. He may come in the evening, but I will be solo casting. So I hope all of you are excited. Remember to support your teams down in the comments. The poll is up right now, as you guys can see. I hope you guys support your teams, show the teams your love and appreciation, as both teams will be striving out to be the best. Remember, guys, subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and turn on notifications to keep updated on future Obscura Showdown matches as we are slowly closing off the round of 32 and entering the round of 16. I hope everyone is doing good tonight. And with that, I think so. We are immediately coming into the draft phase as we do have Team 7 on the blue and Yama Esports on the red. Both teams have now begun their draft as we see the Zushin and the Julian already taken off the board, as well as that Phoveus, as Team Yama do take out the Chip and the Ling. Let's see what they go for their last ban. It seems like they are going. They could take out a few meta picks here. Probably the Hayabusa, the Roger is still open, but they do take out the Zask, another good mid lane mage that has been causing a lot of trouble, and it's very difficult to deal with, especially when it comes to that late game damage. So we are coming into that first pick from the side of Team 7. They have a lot of heroes open, as well as that Hylos immediately getting picked up. Again, Hylos has been one of those picks throughout the tournament, throughout the showdown, that has been dominating every match and doing well relatively, can be flexed to both the EXP and the roam position. And maybe sometimes even the jungle. I have seen a few matches in which Hylos jungle has worked out. Meanwhile, on the other side, Yama Esports do pick up the Roger and the X-Borg. X-Borg is a perfect counter, especially for high HP heroes, as his passive does deal true damage and he can cut through that HP like butter, especially with that last insanity. He can deal out a lot of damage, zone the teams. As for Team 7, they do take up the Hayabusa. They might pick up the Paquito over here to go into that EXP lane against the X-Borg, or they might swap things around here. But again, this Roger pickup from Yama Esports is pretty interesting, as it can be flexed into both the gold and the jungle. As we do see that the Teresla is taken up. Teresla, again, another one of those heroes that has been causing storms in the showdown, as he is able to create a lot of space. The penalty zone coming in from Teresla is pretty good. It can cause a lot of CC. It can cancel odds. It can give you a lot of leverage. Meanwhile, for the side of Yama Esports, they do lock in this Ruby, and it seems like their first phase comes to a close with a pretty flexible composition. Again, the Roger can be flexed to both the gold and the jungle position, and the Ruby can be flexed into the roam and the gold lane if they really want to. Now it seems like Yama Esports are banning out or starting to ban out the gold lane with that Moskov getting taken off the board. Let's see what Team 7 have in store. Will they be banning out a few mages? Probably, maybe. Something like the Vexana, something that could really annoy them. Or they could also take out a marksman of their own, or even the junglers coming in. Something like the Nolan, maybe, that could come out. They are taking their time with this, so they are thinking through, as their opponents are pretty tough. Both teams looking pretty tight this night, as we are into match number 15. I hope everyone in chat is doing fine and dandy. I see a lot of people in already supporting their teams. Yep, we have the Xavier getting off the board. something that against the lineup of Team 7 is pretty annoying, as Xavier does cut down that frontline aggression from the Hylos and the Torresla, and the Hayabusa could get caught up in the Xavier's uh, route. But now we are coming into the last ban from Yama. Let's see what they decide upon. They might take out another marksman over here, or they might just decide to take out a mage. Yep, they to take out Chenga, which is interesting to see. They might have faced a few matches with Chang'e, which was pretty dire. That's why they're deleting that off the Land of Dawn. As Team 7 have their decision. Let's see what they take out finally over here. We are waiting to see what their last ban will be. Maybe another huge pick. That Vexana is still open for the side of 7 coming in to this first game. We are slowly getting into position as both teams do locking up. The Nolan gets taken off the board. They do not want to give Assassin or Jungles. Now, Yama Esports are in a predicament. They do have the Fanny open. They do have the Alpha open in that jungle position. But it seems like they do pick up the Aurora immediately. Again, Aurora has been making storms. She is turning out to be a very good hero in that mid lane position. Whereas for the side of 7, an interesting show right now with that Diggy. Going Diggy into this composition might be a little bit interesting, a little bit difficult, especially with the CC coming out, but they might fall short on the magic damage part. Let's see what else they have available for themselves. They do go with that Diggy. Interesting composition coming out from Team 7. Looking at this, they are maybe lacking in that magic damage department with, I mean, the Hylos is there. The Hylos can provide that little bit of sustain, but again, against a Ruby, against a Aurora, it might be a little bit difficult. So we have to see what goes on as Yama Esports do close up their drafts with that Claude pickup. Again, Claude does well in the gold lane on his own. He's one of those heroes that can slowly rack up once he starts that snowball. And it will be interesting to see how they get through it. As both teams have solid drafts coming in, both teams looking pretty tight. With that, I think so we are ready to enter game number 1 of match number 15 for tonight. I hope all of you in chat are ready. Let's see the support coming in as we are coming to the first game of tonight of Obscura Showdown Season 3 powered by Vista between Yama Esports and Team 7. Good luck to both teams and good luck to all players as we enter game number 1. We are slowly waiting in for this match to begin. I hope everyone is doing all right. Again, Gig will not be here tonight. I will be solo casting for a bit, so I apologize in advance if I do miss out a little bit here on the interactions, as it is pretty difficult to have to manage all 3, the chat, the game, and other external sources. But we do enter immediately into the match. Both teams starting off with their red buff, as Yama Esports and Team 7 do leash their blue buff. And with that, I think both teams are slowly beginning their rotations. As in the mid side, this might be an interesting matchup. Aurora does have the lead and is able to clear lanes faster. That means Team Yama Esports may have the advantage when it comes to early game pressure, but it seems like the lethal might be contested by the Watcher alone. The Aurora is coming in, but it seems like the Watcher just wants to get the lethal and get out of there. The retribution coming in is secured by Yama Esports, as the Aurora is now in a sticky situation. Still has the passive as the Hayabusa with the quad shadows is able to escape from there, but now the Hylos has the revitalize, keeping healthy for just a little bit. Ruby eating a little bit low, but the lightning bounce from the Roger does draw first blood, gets a second kill over there, as the Hayabusa might be in a little bit of trouble. Or will he go down? Nope. It might be another reverse kill, as the Ruby is the first fall, as a killing spree is given over to the Roger. That is not good, as the Hyper goes down for the side of Team 7. This Roger is already 3 kills deep. Now we do see that this is a roam Ruby, so her early game death was not as detrimental to the team as that Hayabusa down. We do have the turtle spawning up in the second over here. Will Team 7 try to get into a position to contest this? It might be interesting to see what happens there, as both the EXP and the Mage are on the top side to get that level 4 real quick. The turtle does get started off from the Hayabusa, but the Roger is there to contest. He is a level up from Shisui, as the Resla secures the turtle. The last insanity coming in from the X-Borg, as well as the Frigid Glacier. The Hayabusa coming back in, but the Roger might pick up 1 kill over there. Goes down instead to the shadow kill from the Hayabusa. Now the Glorious Pathway is already used up, as X-Borg is pressured. Hylos trying to keep on that pressure that Team 7 are pushing. And with that, I think so the trade goes over to the side of Team 7, as Yama Esports do miss out on that entire turtle fight. A little bit of a misstep over there. They did not watch the Hayabusa's shadow kill and might have lost that fight out. Seems like both teams are going head to head, as we see another rotation onto the spot side. Though the Ruby is pretty low, Claude already locking in that corrosive side. Now the Hylos is walking up, so the Claude has to be a little bit careful. He does have the BMI, so should be all right for now. Meanwhile, in the top side, we already see a little bit of a skirmish between the two EXP laners. The Hayabusa is also in the pot, looking out for the gold lane. Tyson might be in a little bit of trouble. Hayabusa does lock in that Sky Piercer, so that is one item that's already in. The Glorious Pathway does come out, as well as the Blazing Duet from the Claude, but it's not enough to keep himself alive, as Hayabusa does pick up that kill. Ruby is there trying to chunk out the Hylos, but the Hylos is a chunky horse. Might be difficult, as the Frigid Glacier almost catching the Hayabusa, but he is able to get out. The Time's Journey is available, gets used up by the Diggy. Now the Aurora in a tight spot does not have any escape over there. It goes down to Hylos. Meanwhile, on the top side, the Resla is taken out. Now, Hylos is in a tight spot, and I am offended right on the tower. Gives Claude that kill, as the top lane tower goes down themselves. We have a little bit of a skirmish going in, as the turtle spawns up. This is the second turtle of the game, and it seems like Team Yama have already begun this. Let's see what happens over here, as the rest of Team 7 are there to take the skirmish. A good I'm offensive onto one member. The Frigid Glacier does come out, so as the penalty zone onto the backside. The Roger now in a little bit of trouble, as Yama Esports, they do lose the Ruby and the Aurora. The Time's Journey from the Diggy does come out to secure the team, but it seems like the Roger cannot enter this fight, as Hayabusa secures that turtle. Seems like Yama Esports are struggling a little bit when it comes to neutral objectives. Meanwhile, in the bot side, the Claude does get dove upon. The kill picked up by the Hylos. This is not looking good for the red team, as they are missing out in rotations and a little bit of farm, as the gold lead seems to be relevantly equal for the time being. We do have the Hayabusa trying to go onto this Roger. The Roger does not have anything over there, as the shadow kill does come out. Will it be enough to secure the kill onto the Roger? No, it's not. The Hayabusa now caught in a very bad position, as Claude secures that shutdown. That's a lot of gold going to the side of Yama Esports, and this carry Claude. Late game, he's going to start hurting like crazy. Those Blazing Duets coming out might be painful. All right, we do see that the Diggy is chunked up by the Aurora, but the Ruby is pretty low himself. Looks a little bit dire, but it seems like they are trying to push back Team Gamma Esports. As the next turtle does spawn up in 42 seconds, that would be a tight timing as it might be close to when it turns into a god. So let's see whether or not this might be a fight as the Hylos is trying to push check over there, but is not aware of the god also being present, has to pop the glorious pathway to get out of that. As the Yama Esports do not go in for that re-engage. Ruby is there now. Clint might be in a bad spot. Is able to clear out that push wave. As the rest of Team 7 are walking down into this bot side, they are in position, both teams ready to take this fight. This time around, the Teresa may not be able to make it on time, as in the bot side, we already see that the bot shadows already come out from the Hayabusa. The shadow kill is also used up, but it's not enough to get that kill, as an I'm offended connects onto 2, but that might be a misplay as the Clint is able to secure the kill onto the Ruby. The blazing duet from the god. Is it going to be enough? Is it going to be enough to get a kill over here? Yes, it is, as the last insanity does pop off as the Diggy and the Claude trade over there. The Claude still pretty healthy. Getting a killing spree, taking out the Hayabusa as well. As this might be a turtle going over to the side of Yama Esports. They are finally able to pick up one objective. As they do take that mid lane as well. Seems like now Yama Esports are getting back that momentum which they once lost in that early game. Able to get that bot turret as well, as all the first tier turrets go down. We are seeing for Team 7 to actually try and make a comeback, take a few towers, and get their pace back into position. As Team Yama are now in a better position than what they were in the early game. Seems like now with the Claude all farmed up, the Roger does not have to be worried of being the only damage dealer. He can come in to finish up the team fights. Seems like Team 7, they are now trying to get their rotation straight, get a few objectives maybe here and there, as that bot tower does get pushed in by the minions. Will Yama Esports be there to defend it? Seems like they are. In the mid side, we do see that the X-Borg does take a chunk of damage, but he does have the Baraga armor to keep himself healthy. Meanwhile, the Claude might get caught off over there as the Shadow Kill does come out. That is a secure and a shutdown onto the Claude by the Hayabusa. And with that, I think so Yama Esports are forced to back away. As Team 7 do try to put in that pressure, let's see if they can get a few turrets with that. But it seems like Yama Esports, they are pretty stubborn. They do not want to let their turrets go down that easy. Will it be that easy to take this mid? As the freeze coming in, already doing quite a bit of damage. Meanwhile, on the bot side, the Hayabusa does take that tower. It's good progress as Team 7 slowly try to trickle down what Yama had stored. As the first Lord does spawn in. This is going to be interesting, as we are seeing that both teams are trying to get into position, beat each other out for this Lord. Seems like Yama Esports, all 5 members are in that bot position, and Team 7 have not spotted them out yet. They do see the Hylos, who does get jumped on, but the Hylos is able to survive. He is pretty chunky over there as the Xbox does try to get a little bit of leverage, try to zone away the members of Team 7, but it's a little too much damage for him to handle alone. Roger now just trying to clear up waves, get into a better position, but that Tesla is there to spot him out. This might be a good Lord dance coming our way. Alright, the Lord now beginning to start trickling down in HP as Yama Esports do begin that little bit of a skirmish. The clinch popping off, doing quite a bit of damage. Ruby already pulled in pretty low. The Frigid Glacier already used up by the Aurora. That's quite a bit of battle spells already for the side of Yama Esports, as now the Hylos walks into a bush, gets pulled back into it. The Glorious Pathway does come out, but it is able to keep the horseman alive. Look at the Hayabusa's positioning. He might catch off a few people. The Claude, with the Wind of Nature, is able to survive for just a bit, as the X4 is pretty low, but has that immortality to keep himself alive. This is going to be an interesting... This Lord Dance has lasted for a few minutes, as both teams going back and forth. An exciting match. This is what we like to see in the showdown. So guys, remember to subscribe and keep watching, because we might have a few more matches like this interesting set that we're having right now. As the Digi does get caught off, the Frigid Glacier able to get that kill, as the rest of Yama Esports do collapse into Teresla with the penalty zone already baited out, it seems, and with that much, Yama Esports are in a better position to try and secure this Lord. Look at this. Team 7 are trying to contest this. The Hylos is present, trying to zone out as the Hayabusa does come in. The Shadow does come out, but the Lord is secured by the Roger, as the Glorious Pathway is not enough to keep the Hylos alive. Now, in the backside, we do see that Claude going aggressively, as the Diggy does pick up that kill. As the Roger picks up that kill, the Diggy spawns back with the Time's Journey, able to keep himself alive. Well, we do see that the immortality from the Xbox is already popped, but that Baraga armor is still present to keep him healthy. That's 2-2 already lost for the side of Team 7. A good Lord to take, as it does spawn up, marching on the mid. Yama Esports are now in the front foot, able to start taking leverage of the situation. The Hayabusa does go in aggressively against the Roger, but decides to back off after seeing a few more members from the bush pop up. Now Hylos might get caught up over there, but that's quite a bit of damage onto the Aurora, Frigid Glacier, and the Last Insanity going in pretty deep. But that's enough to zone away the members. The X4 now in a tight spot does go down to the Hayabusa, but the Roger is there. There are no big skills available, as the Teresla does not have the penalty zone as well. And Yama Esports are happy with that conclusion. They get that thing, but the Roger might have overextended a little bit. A killing spree over to the Hayabusa, as they lose all tier 2s, Team 7. An interesting fight and a lead up. Anticlimactic, as the Roger does go down for the side of Yama Esports, but they are able to make that leverage by taking the 2 side towers. Both teams playing pretty disciplined games. See, the clinch does lock in that Blade of Despair. The Hayabusa is in position. The Frigid Glacier and the Time's Journey already used up. Now the blue buff does go to the side of the Hayabusa. It's looking pretty interesting. We are having a few skirmishes here and there. Look at the X4, he is in position. Does spot out the Teresla, as the rest of Team Yama are there. A little bit of damage onto the Teresla. He does not get stunned by the Aurora, but does get pulled back into that mess. The flicker already used up, as well as the penalty zone. The Glorious Pathway is up, as the Blazing Duet onto the backside might catch a few members over there. The Diggy also falling, as now the Hylos is stuck up into that Frigid Glacier. The will be able to pick that kill up, as the Last Insanity zones away that Clint pretty far. And the backside, Hayabusa does get that shutdown. Does go down, as Clint Sensei, the only one standing for Team 7, with 3 waves, almost 3 waves, 2 waves crashing down. Will Clint be able to defend this? It seems like he is, for just a little bit, going a little bit aggressive with the Roger with the Lightning Bounce. Now, both the Roger and the Ruby are pretty low, but that is 2 inhibitors already down for the side of Team 7. Yama Esports trying to go directly onto this Lord, as it does get melted down pretty quickly. Is taken up by the Roger. Team 7 have nothing on response. This is interesting, as the 2 teams are in a head-to-head match. Team 7 are in the back foot again. The goal lead is pretty stable, able to come back most probably, but against this 15-minute Lord, it seems a little bit tough. We are seeing that Yama Esports are trying to sink the waves. We find that the Lord has reached that inhibitor level as Team 7 have begun chunking down that 15-minute plot. The Frigid Glacier already coming out. The Hylos might be caught in a bad position. A good I'm offended onto the Clint, but the rest of the team is not there for the follow-up. As L starts going down, but the last Insanity coming out takes out Diggy. The penalty zone from the Teresla is able to do something over there as the Hayabusa does try and clean up, but that is not enough as Yama Esports secure your game number 1. Stay tuned, guys. Like the stream and subscribe to the channel as we are going to enter match number 2.
Your team is banning.
Hello, hello. I hope. Welcome back, guys, to Obscura Showdown Season 3, powered by Vista. We are entering game number 2 between tonight's match, the first match of the night between Yama Esports and Team 7. The first game does go to the side of Yama Esports as they do wrap up their first game with a victory. And I hope everyone in chat is excited as we come into the second round of tonight. I'm your caster Q, Venton, and Gig Hazard will not be joining us tonight, most probably, as maybe out for a little bit, as we'll come back straight into the draft. Both teams banning out the Zushin and the Zask, two very annoying mid lanes already taken off the board. As we are coming into the bans coming in from Yama Esports, they do take out the Ruby. So with the first pick in the side of Yama, they might take up a new hero as their first pick, have a new decision to go through, as the Hylos is banned out by Team 7. Let's see if the two teams do go for different approaches this time around. We have to wait and see as the drafts are coming to a close. The last few bans, ban number 5 for the side of Yama. Let's see what they take out. They have the potential to take out quite a bit. The Ling and the Hayabusa are still open, which could get taken off the board, or they might decide to take out one mage, but nope, they do take out the Ling immediately. Do not want to give that hero over. Now the Roger is still up for grabs, and it might get secured by Yama Esports this time around. Not something that is unpredictable. Let's see what Team 7 have to decide. Yep, they do take out that Roger instead, removing him off the Land of Dawn. And with that, Team Yama Esports with the first pick. They do lock in that chip. Seems like they are confident locking in their roam pretty early on, giving them a good advantage, especially when it comes to rotation and bringing in the rest of the team. But in response, Team 7 do pick up the Minotaur, and maybe, again, they are showing the Khalid. They do take up the Khalid this time around. Seems like Team Yama, they want to go for that heavy aggressive approach, but Team 7, they were expecting it, and they do counter pick it pretty hard with the Khalid and the Minotaur. Now the Hayabusa going over to the side of Team Yama Esports. Well, let's see what happens over here as we do enter this match. The second pick for the side of Team Yama, they might go for a mage over here, something that could just mess up. Yeah, that could mess up Team 7's approach, and something like the Valentina really does do so. She has the Rise and Sands. She does take away that Minoan Fury, and she's got quite a bit of options on her side. Let's see what the last pick for the side of Team 7 will be, and it is that Lo Yi. Now, Lo Yi has been known to do pretty well, especially early game, with that high damage, with that high CC. So, both teams coming in strong with this first phase of the ban. Now, as we come into the second pick, they do take out that Claude, a good respect ban coming in from the side of Team 7. They do not want to give that Claude again, as their Clint could not really counter well, especially to the late game damage coming in from Claude. Let's see what Yama do decide to ban out over here, as they might just go for a normal ban onto a jungler. Something like the Julian is still available. It's a risky hero to leave open. See if they do take that off the board. Yep, as we speak of it, the Julian does get taken out. Now for the side of Team 7, Team Yama, they still need that EXP lane, and that Rezla is still open, and it does do well against Khalid. They do have the option of banning it right here and now, unless they want to ban out another marksman. And that is a possibility. They could also take away the Minsita, which could fill in both roles in the gold and EXP. So they have quite a few options to decide upon. They are seeming to take their time.
Let them play the
but
hero.
they do ban away the
I will be the
strong.
truth this world desperately
And with
needs.
that, Team Yama Esports are coming into the last ban. Might take away another jungler, or they might just ban out the Clint in the last game. That those are two possibilities. Banning away maybe the Nolan or the Alpha, trying to give the Hayabusa a better time, or ultimately just take out another a random ban, something like the Chunga that we saw last game. Let's see if they can spice things up over here as we do enter the last little slow. As no, they do take out the jungler. Nolan off the board. As Team 7, they do immediately pick up that Brody. The Clint didn't work out. Now let's try the Brody, they say. As yeah, I was going to say the Moskov is available if they want to take that into the gold. Yep, Kaizen does lock in his Moskov as we do see the last EXP lane coming in. The Teresla is locked in. Again, Teresla does match up well against the Khalid. So that is good to see. We do have the last pick coming in for the side of Team 7. Let's see how they round up and close up this draft. Yeah, we are waiting to see what happens over here. Let's see if they do have the option of taking the jungler. And it seems like they are going for the export jungle. Sorry, guys, the stream may be lagging a little bit. The tech team is working on it as we may be coming back pretty soon. Again, there is the export jungle for the side of Team 7 as both teams round up their drafts. Yep. Both teams are locked in. Yep, we will be back soon at the stream.
Listen, your heart is beating for me. Even your blood can't wait to escape from you. Keep it authentic. Drink directly from the neck.
Hello, hello. Welcome back, everyone. Sorry for the slight delay on the stream. The team was facing slight technical issues, but now all of those are resolved as we come back into the matches. I hope everyone can see the two teams' lineups already being secured for the side of Yama Esports and Team 7 as we come into this game number 2. Both sides have locked in their lineups as both junglers do begin with the blue buffs and are moving on to the red. Meanwhile, we might see an action in the bot side, but it seems like the Brody is playing pretty safe. Meanwhile, on the top side, the Chip is able to teleport immediately, jumping onto the Khalid, but the Khalid is just able to heal it all up with the Quicksand Guard. Goes back in with the re-engage with the Desert Tornado. Is in a better position now. The rest of his team has rotated over there, and that is an Xbox, so that is going to be a lot of damage, especially in that early game. But we might see a re-engage onto the Chip in the mid side, but he is able to get out of that pretty easily. Let's see what happens over here as Loi gets pretty chunked, but does not go down yet. The Hayabusa that did not have the quad shadow kill present right now. But the Valentina on the other side does get chunked pretty low by the X-Borg. Is getting chunked by the low. He gets very low. Will she go down? Nope. The lethal ignition is not enough to pick up that kill. As we do see in the bot side, the first blood does go to the Hayabusa. And with that, the Brody might be starting to lose out in this matchup against the Moskov. Now, the Turtle does go to the side of the X-Borg because they did get that kill in the bot side team, Yama Esports. So a little bit of a trade as the gold does stay relevantly even. We have both teams. Now, again, they are going head-to-head over here. They are in position. Not much action going around right now, especially since both teams don't have that heavy early game heroes. They have pretty good team fight initiation and disengage heroes with the Minotaur, with the Chip, with heroes like the Louis. The double teleport might be pretty scary. As in the bot side, we already see that the shortcut coming out from the Chip, but the Brody does pick up that kill onto the Chip instead before getting traded out. The Raging Sandstorm catches the Teresa. Teresa still holds on to the penalty zone, catches two members over there, but might be in a bad spot as the Known Fury with the Flicker does take out Teresa. Now Hayabusa in a tight spot as the Last Insanity does come out. He does not have his shadows to keep himself alive as Hayabusa is going to fall in that little skirmish over there. Now it seems like for the side of Team 7, they are starting to take this early game lead. A few minutes in, and they have started to trickle that lead back in. So like Yama Esports with the Hayabusa looking pretty tough. The Chip does walk into three members, is able to just speed out of there. And an immediate, as we can see, a little bit of a lane swap coming in for the side of Team 7. Now Hayabusa does secure the Lethal Wanderer, is able to back off with that much. They are happy. You do see that a little bit of a skirmish might occur in the mid side. Valentina does have the Known Fury. Now Teresa, look at that positioning coming in from Teresa. We might see a little bit of a fight over there. As we have a little bit of an issue. Yep, I think so. We are back. As this turtle does get started up, the Chip in a bad position gets chased by the rest of Team 7 as Turtle is beginning to start getting slowed down pretty low. The Minotaur does have the Known Fury as the penalty zone does come onto the backside, but the Xbox does secure that turtle as the Hayabusa does use the quad shadow kill. That's already two members down. The Minotaur does fall over there, but the Hayabusa does fall. That's four members going down for the side of Yama Esports as Chip barely surviving in that fight. This does not look good for the early game coming in from Yama Esports. They do lose out a little bit. and the 2K gold lead already starting to develop for the side of Team 7. This time around, Team 7, they are looking to go the more aggressive route and clear off things pretty easily, as Yama Esports are struggling just a little bit. This Hayabusa pick up not really working as well as they had thought it through. Is not able to get those crucial picks, as Team 7, they do not go for a solo runaround. They are moving as a unit, moving as a team. And especially this Loyi, even if she gets caught off alone, she has the potential to make outplays happen. With that flicker, she's in a better position than what she was in the first game. On the bot side, we do say that the chip is there, does not pop the shot, but yet, as it is a Khalid, and the Khalid can just heal everything up with that quicksand guard. Now it seems like the rest of Team 7 are coming in to collapse onto this bot side goal lane, as in the top side, there is a little bit of a fight. The shortcut is still available, as Brody does go down. Seems like Moskov is trying to defend that. The Spear of Destruction does clear out that minion. Now Team Yama are getting trades around the map. The top tower does fall, as the Wrestler does get pushed back by the rest of Team 7. It seems like they are trying to go in for a gank over here. Might be a pretty risky play, as the chip is in position. They might go for the turtle. The shortcut is available, as the collapse might occur right now. The shortcut does come in as a penalty zone onto 2 members. The flicker coming out, as well as the Minoan Fury does stop this engage, but the chip is able to pick off the low E. The last insanity does not connect to anyone, as the tournament part memory keeps the... It's not able to actually take out the chip. Chip surviving on a sliver of HP, but in that fight we did see that the Teresla was lost. As with that, I think so the turtle does get started up. Will the Hayabusa be able to get this away? Yep, he is. Now Team 7 looking to go back in, but a re-engage from the Hayabusa. He's now caught up in a very bad spot. Does go down, as Rhetoric Gap is taken off the board. The mid-turret is taken away by Moskov with his rotation. He is looking to try and get trades here and there, as Valentina is not able to defend that mid-tower. Yep, the last insanity from the Xbox is already used up, as the penalty zone onto 2 members does come out. Shut down by the Teresla, and that might be another low E also. A double kill for the Teresla over there, as Valentina able to pick up the kill onto the Minotaur. Good trades, good back and forth coming in from both teams, as they are now in a better position, Yama Esports, than they were in that early game. Good shortcut coming in from the chip onto quite a deep position. The tournament part memory from the Brody is used up, but not much to keep themselves at bay, as Team Yama Esports do take away this blue buff. A bit of an issue over here as we do wait. You see a little bit of a fight breaking up. See what happens over here. Yeah, both teams are starting to get into a skirmish. This is not looking good. It seems like Team Yama do back off. They are trying to get some back into that tempo. As the rest of Team 7 do collapse into that bot side. They do take the tower, it seems, but chip is there. The Louis with the diversion is able to get out over there, but a whole fight breaking out in this skirmish. Now the Khalid does come in, gets a double kill onto the backside, as the Teresla is able to get 1 kill, the last insanity, locking onto the Valentina. Will she be able to go down? Yes, she does. Now the Xbox does look pretty low, but the Teresla is there to get a triple kill in that fight. Might get a Maniac over here. Yep, he does secure that Maniac. Might go for the Savage, but the flicker from the Louis able to keep himself alive for just this moment. But it is all fine and dandy, as Teresla is there with that Maniac to get back for his fallen comrades. Levels out the field completely, giving Yama Esports that little bit of a aggression we are entering this little bit of a skirmish, as over here the Lord does get taken away by the Hayabusa. Now the locket from the Moskov does take down the Khalid, the Minoan Fury already coming out as the Spear of Destruction lands onto the Minotaur. Chip does get pretty low to the X-Por, but is able to stay alive for just a little bit. Is good, as Yama have started to snowball pretty well. The Moskov doing quite a bit of damage. The Hayabusa now finally getting the picks that he wants, and the Teresla pretty fed with 636. The Lord does start marching down in the bot side, as now it seems like Team 7 are back to what they were in the first match. Let's see what happens over here. As seems like the X-Por is trying to check out bushes here and there, get a little bit of vision, get a little bit of control. But will it be enough for the rest of the team? As in the top side, the Khalid does get caught off over there, has to pop the Vengeance, is able to get out because of which, but that Lord is still available. Is marching down both side as the mid turret does fall. That is the mid blast already used up by the turret. As the Lord is in a good position, but the Brody does fall to the Hayabusa. Hayabusa gets taken back with a 3-man penalty zone onto the backside, as well as the Minoan Fury. The shotgun does come out now. Teresla in a very bad position. Is able to sustain for just a little bit. Moskov able to secure that kill onto the Minotaur, but a shutdown onto Teresla by the Loi. A little bit of a misplay, probably a miscommunication. But it seems like everything is all right. As Team Yama Esports, they are coming back slowly. Whereas for the side of Team 7, they are trying to make things work out with the composition they got. The X-Por's damage is starting to scale. The Brody is starting to hurt just a little bit, and Loi is scaling up as well. That though she is not as effective now than in the late game, than in the early game, she's still annoying to the opponents. Especially once that shortcut is put down by the chip, it's very difficult to go in for a heavy re-engage, as Loi can just disrupt things. For the side of Yama Esports, they have to be careful of that. Valentina is still altless, still has to steal something away from the side of Team 7. The Minoan Fury from Minotaur is working out right now. I think like Team 7 are there. The Valentina does fail away the last insanity. Now the Lord is up, so it might be a little bit risky for them to fight this out, but seems like both teams are setting up to take this Lord, try to get that advantage. The Hayabusa already look at the lowest positioning. She might come out to the backside. Does walk away at the last minute after seeing the Hayabusa walk into that bush. The rest of the team was there. That might be a good catch off for this Lord take. But now, seems like Team 7 do not want to keep this Lord off that easy. Chip is trying to get a little bit of zone over here, but the Hayabusa gets pretty low. Will he go down? He does go down to the last instant, to the lethal ignition by the Loi. And with that, I think so Team 7 have got the go. They are going to start chunking this Lord down pretty quickly. They have the retribution advantage. Team Yama Esports, it's now or never for that fight. A little bit of an exchange going over there as Minotaur does go low, but the Teresla is fought off from Moskov as well by the Khalid, but Pip does kill the Brody. Now the Spear of Destruction does not land onto anyone, but it seems like that much is enough to keep Yama Esports still in the game. Both teams disengage from that Lord, as Series 7 have to manage the waves that are crashing in onto the base. Good back and forth from both teams this match. Both teams looking pretty tight. A little bit of a misplay from the Hayabusa caused just minor inconveniences. This time, the Minotaur does get caught up, but is able to heal all of the damage off. Seems like he does walk straight into the chip. But Team 7, they might be popping for the diversion here somewhere around the map. Will they get it? Will they go for it? Seems like they are thinking about it. The Louis is trying to get something over there, but it's Wrestler. Look at his zone potential. He's just zoning away at Xbox with a Minotaur alone. The Xbox does see where the chip is, but we do see that a diversion play does come out into top side. Yama, do they have any idea of that? Seems like they don't. The Khalid coming in with the Raging Sands for the Hayabusa with the Retribution, able to get that as the quad side pool does come out. The Vengeance from the Khalid doing quite a bit of damage, but the chip is able to secure that, as it might be a bad position for the Louis as well. The Minotaur coming in. Will it be enough? Nope, that's a double kill for the chip. As the Valentina does try to get something over there, the Terazda with quite good damage. Valentina does take out the Minotaur as 3 fall for the side of Team 7. As Yama Esports will crack into this turret. The Wind of Nature already used up, blocks away the Thornabat memory. Will Brody go down? Yep, that's 5 members onto him, and that's a lot of damage, as they might just round up this game. And Yama Esports move on to the next bracket, round of 16, as this is the end for Team 7. Stay tuned, guys, for the second match of the evening of Obscura Showdown Season 3, powered by Vista. With that, I'll see you in a little bit.
This marks the end of Obscura Showdown Season 2. Big shout out to the Fusion Prime Fam, big shout out to Crank Fun. We'll catch you next time. Till then.
Welcome everyone to Obscura Showdown Season 3. The stage is set, the teams are ready, and the battle for supremacy begins now. Brace yourself for a relentless showdown where only the fiercest will conquer and reign supreme.
This marks the end of Obscura Showdown Season 2. Big shout out to the Fusion Vibes fam. Big shout out Crank. Fun. We'll catch you next time. Till then.
Welcome everyone to Obscura Showdown Season 3. The stage is set, the teams are ready, and the battle for supremacy begins now. Brace yourself for a relentless showdown where only the fiercest will conquer and reign supreme.
This marks the end of Obscura Showdown Season 2. Big shout out to the Fusion Vibes fam. Big shout out Crank. Fun. We'll catch you next time. Till then.
Welcome everyone to Obscura Showdown Season 3. The stage is set, the teams are ready, and the battle for supremacy begins now. Brace yourself for a relentless showdown where only the fiercest will conquer and reign supreme.
This marks the end of Obscura Showdown Season 2. Big shout out to the Fusion Vibes fam. Big shout out Crank. Fun. We'll catch you next time. Till then.
Welcome everyone to Obscura Showdown Season 3. The stage is set, the teams are ready, and the battle for supremacy begins now. Brace yourself for a relentless showdown where only the fiercest will conquer and reign supreme.
This marks the end of Obscura Showdown Season 2. Big shout out to the Fusion Vibes fam. Big shout out Crank. Fun. We'll catch you next time. Till then.
Welcome everyone to Obscura Showdown Season 3. The stage is set, the teams are ready, and the battle for supremacy begins now. Brace yourself for a relentless showdown where only the fiercest will conquer and reign supreme.
This
Hello, guys. Welcome back to Obscura Showdown Season 3, powered by Vista. I am your caster for tonight, Q Fenton, as we do come into the second match of tonight between Team Fourth Dimension and Cartoon Network. We do have 4DM on the red as Cartoon Network go onto the blue side, getting that first pick. I hope all of you guys are excited as we are closing up that round of 32 tonight with match number 16, which will shortly be going underway. Guys, remember to like the stream, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications to stay tuned with future Obscura Showdown matches as we slowly enter that round of 16. The Sweet 16 matches will be coming into play pretty soon. And without any delay, let us get into the bands. As we do see that the Hylos and the Link have been taken away from the side of Team Cartoon Network. CN have taken away 2 meta picks as the Zushin is off the board. Again, we might see a Zaspan coming in here, most probably from the side of Libya. But they do ban out the Midstar instead. Let's see which team will ban out this Zask, because I'm pretty sure it's not going to be left open. We have to go for whatever happens over here as CN are taking their time with their bans. A lot to decide upon because there's still quite a few heroes open for this match, but they do ban out the Hayabusa. Now, 4DM have the option to ban out the Zask. Giving the Zask over in the first pick might be a risky play, especially with how well the Zask is performing in game currently, especially with this new patch. But unless 4DM have a decision, have a way to counter it, it's probably getting banned here. Let's see as we do come into what 4DM have to take out. They do take out the chip. Now that's a lot of heroes open. The Rogers, the Zasks, the Vexanas, the Valentinas, even the Teresla is still open. There are quite a few options. So it's up for Team Cartoon Network to decide upon what they want to pick up right now. Let's see. Let's wait and see as the first pick is taking their time. Again, with so many decisions, so many pickups, they do take up an interesting pick in that Lunox. Something that even I wasn't expecting. Well, that's quite interesting as the Ruby does get locked in for the side of 4DM, as well as the Zask that I was talking about. I'm really surprised that CN did not opt to go for the Zask. You might have some other plans over here with that Lunox pick. As you do enter the second 2 picks for the side of Cartoon Network. Let's see what happens over here. In the meantime, while the drafts are closing up, I hope everyone is doing fine. I hope everyone is excited for the last round, for the round of 32. Again, guys, stay tuned. Follow us on our socials on Instagram, Fusion Prime, and on Discord and the YouTube channel. So stay tuned. As we do see Cartoon Network rounding up their first pick with the Martis and the Clint. as the Roger gets taken up by 4DM and they immediately ban out the Edith. Yep, the Edith does really well in these compositions, especially against heroes like the Ruby and the Roger. So it's a very good decision from the side of 4DM. Both dimensions are taking away that Edith. Now we do have to see what Cartoon Network ban away. Will they take out a few junglers or will they ban out marksmen? Yep, we have the Melissa already getting banned out. I did see a lot of Melissa getting picked up against Roger and do well against the Roger in lane. So this time around, that might not be an option. For DM, they do have the option to take out another EXP lane here. That Teresla is still open if they want to remove that off the map. They could also take out something like maybe the Carmella. Don't want to give the rest of the team an advantage, especially when it comes to damage buffs. First Blood really helping out in team fights pretty well. Actually, they are taking their time to think this through. Yep, that Carmilla does get banned off. Whereas for this time around, the side of Cartoon Network might span away the Julian. It's kind of risky to leave that hero open over here. As 4DM still have that flex pick onto the jungle with that portal, so they still have options. And it's better to just ban out the options that they have. Like the Julian is doing pretty well in the jungle. They might also take away the Teresla, which is pretty good in the EXP lane. And this Ruby could be a problem. But no, they do decide to take away the Tigreal, which is interesting, especially against with a Martis. But that does leave the Julian open. And I believe for the end, they want to pick that up. They could immediately just take it up. Yep, and they lock in the Julian. Now, for the side of Cartoon Network, they have quite a few options available. They still have the Teresla, which they could take up. They also, yeah, they might also take the Barats. Barats has been making storms in that EXP lead for just a little bit. But it seems like they do lock in the Beleric. And now they have to decide upon the EXP, something that might be going up against the Ruby. But it seems like I might go for some interesting picks over here. Will we see a draw of this game? It's possible. Darroth is a pretty good pick, but the Fovis is still also up for grabs. But they do take the Dyroth. And now the EXP does look pretty scary. As 4DM do have a few options over here, they might just go the Ruby EXP and take a roam instead. They are showing the Matilda, and the Matilda might help out with the mobility. It's not like they're lacking in much mobility, but it does help out with the Zask when when he uses the Dominator's Descent and he is left vulnerable. He is able to escape pretty well with the guiding winds coming in from the Matilda. And with that, both teams have locked in their drafts. Remember, guys, to support your teams in the chat down below as we come into the second match, match 16 of Obscura Showdown Season 3, powered by Vista, between Fourth Dimension and Cartoon Network, as we are preparing to enter the Land of Dawn. An interesting composition from both teams. More front to back on the side of the Fourth Dimension, as Cartoon Network, they do pick a more aggressive approach. Let's see what happens this time around. As, yeah, both teams are getting ready. Yep. As we enter the first match, I hope everyone is excited. Remember, guys, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications to stay tuned with future Obscura Showdown matches as we slowly close off the round of 32 and enter the round of 16. Now we do see both teams starting off with the red buff. Seems like Fourth Dimension do not want to leash that blue. And rightly so, as the Julian does jungle pretty fast. The Martis is able to secure his red buff. But look at the Matilda. She's just in the jungle of Fourth Dimension, able to try to weigh that blue, as the Martis is a little bit slow on that rotation of spawn. Julian able to secure the blue buff, is moving on to that Lethal Wanderer. Now the Beleric does get chunked very low, especially by that Zask. The little spawn, the Nightmaric spawn from the Zask doing quite a bit. As Julian coming in is level 3, the Vengeance might keep himself alive, but the Beleric does go down. First blood picked up by Matilda, and Fourth Dimension are happy with that. They got the first kill. They slow away the roamers, farm and EXP, and that's all good for them. Very calculated, very decisive. Meanwhile, in the top side, we do see that the Roger is pushed back, but seems like he's just running out the Flint, not letting him farm well. As the Martis does get caught off into the enhanced chains, as the Enhanced Sword does secure that kill. Now that is a jungler for the side of Continental already down. Meanwhile, the Lunox is trying to go in for the rotation, but might get caught off over there. Is not level 4 yet. Has to pop a flicker. Will he be able to survive? Yep, he is. As the jungler's passive does not take her down immediately. The turtle does spawn up in a second here. As we do see that are trying to contest this. The Martis is level 4, so there's not much of an EXP gap between the two junglers. This is the open fight. The Beleric going in pretty aggressively, but that is a pause coming in, guys. All right, we are seeing this pause coming in, but while there is this pause, we will talk about the picks coming in for both teams. The Julian doing very well early game, very aggressive early game, out damages the Martis almost in every position. But I guess a few members are lagging. So I think we will be back with you in a bit. Stay tuned, guys, for the match. Hello, guys, and all the technical issues from both teams are resolved as we come straight back into the action as Matilda gets immediately taken down by the Dyroth and the Martis as the turtle does get contested. Julian is able to secure that and he goes aggressively. The Martis getting pretty low over there. Is taken out by the Julian. Now the Beleric might be in a tight spot, but is able to escape. As for TM, they do lose their roamer, but secure the turtle and take out the jungler for the side of Cartoon Network. Sorry, guys, for the technical issues. It is to ensure that both teams are playing fair. Both teams have a fair chance of matching up with each other. But it seems like this time around, 4DM do have that increased gold lead. They are slowly creeping up for that 3K. But now, Cartoon Network, they are in the back foot. They are losing momentum, whereas this Julian is only going to start to scale even more and more. The Martis needs kills, and being 2 deaths down It's not looking good. As another lethal goes over to the side of the Martis, he does get the retribution off right on time, securing that lethal wanderer, but now the Belric is spotted out. Not enough to actually chunk his HP, but Julian is in the bush, so this might be a gank in the top side. Bot side has been pretty quiet over there, as we might see something over here. Stop the Clint, make it ganked pretty hard. That is 4 members for the side of ODM. Second Eagle does come out as well as the guiding wins. The Clint already used up, but he is caught in the enhanced chain. And Matilda able to pick that kill up. And with that, I think so that's another huge goal difference that's going to be created over here. Julian might be caught off the blue knocks. And the Belric, they're going pretty aggressively against the Julian. Now, this might be a bad spot for the Nox. Yep, she does go in a little too deep into a Julian that too. Now the Julian might be in another position. He is able to get the enhanced swords with quite a bit of damage. The Darrow is forced to flicker out as the turtle does get started up by the Martis. And this might be going over freely to the side, but Bazask is there to do quite a bit of damage. Is chunking down the Belvic pretty hard. Martis is able to secure that, but the Belvic does fall in the back lines. A sacrifice that had to be made over there as the Julian coming in pretty aggressively. Does not have his immunity to get out of that. Is shut down by the Martis, but the Dominator's Descent is able to pick up that kill over there. Gets into a better position with that little bit of spawn. A 2-man, I'm offended, does secure the kill onto the Dyroth as the Roger does shrink down this mid tower and might go down. And with that, 4DM are back with their discipline. Secures an objective, just backs off carefully, properly. Good discipline coming in for the side of 4DM as we do see that Spartan Network are now starting to struggle with their match. Slowly falling into the hands of 4DM as the turrets are all still available. But the top lane turret also falls to the Roger. Meanwhile, on the mid side, we might see something brewing over here. Lunox does spot out the rotation coming in, both sides with the Matilda and the Julian. Look at that. Showboating in the mid side with the Tastas. Meanwhile, in the bot, the Ruby does get caught up by 2 members. She does survive for just a little bit, but the Lunox does pick up that kill, shut down onto the Ruby as well as Haruki coming down, but there is some trade-off as the turret is not being able to get pushed out. Now this final turtle does spawn in 20 seconds, and it seems like the team Cartoon Network are trying to get into position to contest this. Fourth Dimension are looking to take the spot side first. Judith is able to get out, but Matilda's also there with her guiding wings. So it's not much of an issue over there. Might get caught off by a little bit. The Wrath of the Dryads does come out as well as the Vengeance from the Belric. But will it be enough? The Iron Fender does get into the Belric and Robin is able to pick that kill up. Look at that. Dominant's Descent does come out. And a team fight is brewing over here. But it seems like 4DM are able to push away Cartoon Network as they secure the third and final turtle of game. Circling Eagle onto the Dyroth. The Dyroth is able to back away for just a little bit, but that's not for long as he does go down, and so does that bot side turret. Interestingly enough, Cartoon Net, that Dyroth really did flicker forward. So he did try and defend that turret for as long as he could. But sadly, it did fall instead. Now look at these 4 members to the red buff. This might not look good. The Belric is there to taunt onto the Ruby, but they do not have the damage to actually retaliate as Roger picks up another turret into the top side. It's pretty dire over the side of Cartoon Network. ODM are looking into this. A 2-man, I'm offended by the Ruby view connection. And it seems like they're just trying to bait out and break that mental over the side of Cartoon Network as Team 4DM, they're feeling good about themselves. They're doing quite well over here. Fourth Dimension showing a new level of discipline, playing pretty well. I hope everyone is entertained as Fourth Dimension are causing an entire stomp, almost entering that 9k goal lead. Lunox walking up a little bit too aggressively into 5 members as Ruby picks up that kill, and the bot side turret does fall. That's another tier 2, and the turret blast already taken over, and that's not a good pick, especially as soon as the Lord is coming up 10 seconds. ODM has the advantage to jump right into this Lord fight, but it seems like they want to take another skirmish. The Belric going in pretty deep and aggressively. Might get caught off, gets pretty low in the process, the Retribution, and 2-man. I'm offended by the Ruby. The Belric is the first to fall as will Martis go down. Nope, the Julian does pick up the kill onto the Lunox first, but a double kill onto the Daroth as well, takes that out. Clint surviving by a sliver of HP is able to escape for now. But with that, all the tier 2s down. The mid lane turret's blast is also used up. And seems like 4DM, they got those few kills. They're just going to keep pushing the advantage as we see 11k goal lead already start to spike up over here. As this Lord might go freely to the side of Fourth Dimension. The Ruby getting very good hooks this time around. Playing pretty well. And yeah, Julian does secure that Lord. This is a 10 minutes Lord, so might not put a lot of dent, but might just Team Cartoon Network might just lose a few turrets over here, a few inhibitors, as the rest of the team does start getting into position for this gank, for this team fight, for a full showdown to break out of here. Matilda just testing the waters, does spot out to the Daroth, and the Clint not doing significant damage, especially against this Matilda, who is fairly tanky. Now the Belric is up in the position, does get pulled back by the Unoffended. Popping that Vengeance as well, that's another crucial battle spell already used up for the side of the Belric. Now the Lord is marching down bot side, and it seems like the rest of Fourth Dimension are there to retaliate. They do want to take this tower. Does go down the circling eagle from the Matilda, but she might get caught up instead. The Belric already with the Wrath of the Dryads. But it seems like Fourth Dimension, they do lose their roamer over there. They decide to go for the tower instead. Will they get that mid inhibitor? Yep, they do secure that as well. They might just move on to taking that top side inhibitor, unless they want to take this fight, which might not look good, especially since their roamer is available. But the Dominator's descent already down, as the enhanced swords does connect onto the Belric. Belric is still alive. Quite a bit of damage display, but Team Cartoon Network are able to soak it all up. Seems like both them are happy by taking 2 inhibitors and decide to call it a day and reset completely, giving Cartoon Network finally some time to breathe. As a howl does come out, we are waiting to see if Cartoon Network are able to make a comeback with the composition that they got. The Lunox and the Clint have to play very careful. Watch out for the Zast, watch out for the Circling Eagle, and try and end this out in one fell sweep. But it seems like Fourth Dimension are trying their best to end this out as quickly as they possibly can as well. Look at them trying to get the waves in sync. They do have the mid and the bot waves pretty decently ready, as 5 members coming in. A little bit of showboating in the mid side. They are feeling confident. They are feeling ready. They are pretty tight over here. As inside of Cartoon Network, they are slowly seeming to lose that grip in this game. With the waves crashing in, Lord spawning in 10 seconds. Seems like teams are starting to call today Fourth Dimension. They do start up the Lord immediately, and it does get taken away. Cartoon Network unable to respond. Things are looking pretty dire. Look at them. The Matilda feeling very confident over there. She's just dash right in the face of Cartoon Network. And it seems like CN, they cannot do much over here, as both Dimension are in a significant gold lead. Right. Seems like they are prepping out pretty well over there. As the Lord does march down mid-side, there is going to be a big fight coming in. Let's see what happens over here, as this is an enhanced Lord. It's going to be pretty tanky. Oh, March is already starting to get chunked over there. Gets pretty low out of position as the mega kill for the Julian is already used up. The Wrath of the Dryad does catch two as the Lunox coming in aggressively with the Ruby DD, but it's not enough as the Diamond Pendant connects into two. That's 5 members down for the side, and a Maniac to the Zask as well, as 4DM close out the first game of the series under 15 minutes. Stay tuned, guys, as we will see you in the second match. Congratulations to 4DM.
Your team is banning.
Hello, guys. Welcome back to Obscura Showdown Season 3, day number 8, powered by Vista. We are coming into the matches, which is between 4th Dimension and Cartoon Network. And yeah, the first match was taken by 4th Dimension, and now they are in the blue side, as Cartoon Network are on the red. And coming right into the match, we do see that Belleric is taken off the board. Interesting. They want to do a respect ban and take away that Belleric that was playing pretty decently last game. It was annoying the rest of 4DM pretty well. Whereas they also ban away that Carmilla, as Cartoon Network do take away that Hylos. Let's see what happens over here, as the Zask does get banned away. Again, 4DM do have the first pick, so they have that opportunity to pick up big heroes. I hope everybody in chat is pretty excited. We are coming into the closing of the round of 32. Hope everyone likes the stream and subscribes to the channel. Turns on notifications as we enter the round of 16 pretty soon.
The hunt begins.
Zushin does get banned off, and as well as the Ruby, but a Ling immediately getting picked up. Wow, that was very quick for the side of 4DM. They did not waste time on that. They were like, we want the Ling, we'll take it away. Yikes. It does leave the Roger open. No, we do have the Vexana as well, which does pretty well. And a few more interesting picks that Cartoon Network can take up. They can take up the Teresla as well as the Vexana. So let's see what they have in store for us tonight, as they do take up the Eudora, which is known to be doing pretty well, especially against a Ling. Very annoying. The Eudora Phobia is still available, even though her damage has been reduced a little bit. If she can start getting those those stacks on the new Sky Piercer, if she ever does build it, might be pretty fatal as the dragon is out. But another 2 picks with the Ling and the Roger. This is going to be a Ling Angela. Sorry, the Roger and the Angela. It's going to be a Ling Angela, which is going to be pretty devastating to see, especially with that heart guard that can be a global presence, as we do have the last pick for this first phase from the side of Cartoon Network. Let's see what they decide to take up this time. They might just go for their jungle or swap it out to maybe even a roam position over here, as they know that this is going to be a roam Angela on this. Both the Dimension want to flex it up a bit and take this Angela into the mid lane. Still a possibility.
I'm bound by nothing, be it family.
All right, we do see that the Gusion is taken up, so this is going to be Gusion Hyper for the side of Cartoon Network. As we enter the second phase of the bans. Cartoon Network, let's see what they decide to take out over here. They might just take out, they're starting to trickle down on that gold lane, which is interesting because 4DM have already picked up the Roger and the Ling, so it's pretty clear that Roger's going into that gold lane, but they still don't want to take any chances. They do ban away that Brody. As for the side of Team 4DM, they do take away the Minstar, and we do wait for the last ban coming in for the side of Cartoon Network. Let's see what they decide upon, as they immediately take out the Teresla, which is a pretty good ban, especially for the side of the EXP lane, giving the Yuzhong a better laning experience, as final ban goes to the Garthot Kacha for the side of OTM. Now Garthot Kacha is known to do pretty well, both in the roam position and in that EXP lane. It does dish out quite a bit of damage. Let's see what CN decide to pick up over here. They are covering the Beatrix. Might turn into the Melissa. Again, Melissa is known to counter Roger, but I'm not sure how well, especially in this patch. We've seen quite a few Melissas do well against the Lycan Boy, but they might swap it up a little bit over here. 10 seconds on the clock, as Cartoon Network need to decide upon what they want to take. And they finally land upon the Moskov for the goal lane. Again, a good pickup, which is pretty decent. Whereas for the side of Team 4DM, they do lock in the Julian and the Xavier. All right, so this is going to be a Julian EXP this time around. That's interesting. Now for the roam, the final pick onto the roam for the side of Team CN. Let's see what they decide upon. They have quite a few options, exactly as they are showing around. The Lolita is still available. They go instead for the Atlas this time around. Now it seems like they are trying to catch the back line for the side of 4DM, whereas 4DM are going in for a more aggressive approach. Both teams have locked in their drafts as we enter game number 2 for Obscura Showdown Season 3, powered by Vista. Day number 8 between Fourth Dimension and Cartoon Network. I hope all of you are excited. If you haven't already, like the stream, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications to follow through for the further matches of tonight. Let's see what happens over here as we are preparing to enter the Land of the Dawn with Fourth Dimension on the blue side and Cartoon Network on the red. Let us begin. Without any further ado, both teams have entered the Land of the Dawn, and I feel like this is going to be a quick game coming in. Let's see how things turn out, especially in that early game position, as both teams do start off from the gold side of the jungle. Sorry, the EXP side of the jungle, which is the bot side, and move on to the next. It seems like we already have a few early skirmishes. The Roger trying to play a little bit aggressive. This mid lane matchup might be a little bit interesting as the Xavier does clear out faster than the Eudora. Now in the bot side also will be pretty interesting to see how the Julian pairs up against the Yu Zhong. Now the leash went pretty well. The Angela does get pretty low, but she is able to recall, get that HP back. As the rest of 4DM, they just try to get a few things here and there. The Lethal Wanderer does get just taken away by the Ling. The Retribution already used up. Securing that first pseudo-neutral objective already. Alright, we are entering a little bit of a gank position over here. The Yuzhong might have caught off. The Julian able to get away with the enhanced swords, as now the Ling with the Tempest of Blaze does secure first blood onto the Yu Zhong, but to the top side, the Angela does get caught off by the Gusion. Very good trade-off. EXP for home, so let's see. Does mean that the Atlas might get in a better position, but mid-side, the Gojo does get shattered, split in half by the Eudora. Now the Julian also caught up in a very bad position. The incandescence from the Gusion already used up. The Julian is able to survive for just a little bit over there. Is able to flip her out. Now the first turtle has spawned in. Let us see what happens over here, as we do have a few more skirmishes happening over the board, especially on the gold and the EXP. Both side lanes are pretty low. Julian already half HP, as Roger is 2. This turtle, surprisingly, has not been contested yet. Might get started up pretty quick over here. Seems like Cartoon Network are in a better position to start it up. Yep, the Atlas is also in position. Interestingly, a flicker used up by the Atlas onto that turtle, which might just be a mistake coming in. I'm not sure. That's pretty intentional, as the Ling coming in immediately with the Tempest of Blades. Atlas catching onto the Julian, but the Julian might be able to get out over there. Nope, he is not. He does go down to the Yu Zhong. Angela able to pick up the kill onto the Atlas. Now look at that. The Yu Zhong is stuck up in a bad position, but a little bit of pressure already put in by the Ling onto that bot side. The Angela, Shara from the Yu Zhong is there. Live the Petrify already comes up, but it's not enough to save him from the Ling. Now, who's in any bad spot has the incandescence, but the Julian also sticking up there pretty well. The Atlas now in a very bad spot, as the Julian is present. Gusion is able to get out of that fight, as Ling does pick up that kill onto Atlas. And now the Ling looking pretty strong, 3-0-1. Is doing pretty well this game. The snowball has started. It's not as much, it's just a 1k lead at this point. But it seems like Team Fourth Dimension are starting to rack up kills. And Xavier, who hold this game mid lane, is able to do pretty well on his own. As I say that, the Caster's Curse gets one shot. Pretty sad to see. This is what happens when there's a Eudora on the enemy side. You walk up to your lane, you die. That was unexpected. Yep. that just happened. Well, we do come back as the Julian does spot out the Eudora. Does he? No, he does not. He does take a chunk of damage as the Heart Guard does get used up over the incandescence as well. But the fusion combo does not come out. Now on the other side, look at the Ling with the Tempest of Blades. But the flicker coming in from the Atlas is enough. Eudora in a very bad spot. Roger trying to get a few kills over there, but is unable to secure a few. Is able to jump out though. Does survive the rest of Team Cartoon Network. Interesting. The Spear of Destruction does land onto the Roger in the top side. Might put him in a bad spot, but he does have the damage, and he might just turn this around if he gets that lightning form, but the heals coming in from the Roger is fine enough. Meanwhile, on the bot side, we can see that the Yu Zhong is in position. Spots out the Julian. Now, the Julian is not getting pretty low. The Shah residue does not start up, but seems like Cartoon Network do begin this Lord. They're just waiting out to see what the rest of 4th Dimension haven't planned. The Atlas already with the conceit play. Tries to get a flank on here, but it seems that Gojo does spot him out. Julian also trying to get something as he does get tagged by the illusion. Interesting. Seems like Cartoon Network, they do start this Lord up as Ling does go for his purple first. Let's see what happens over here. Xavier does not want to go aggressive here. He knows that his Jonga is waiting around. The turtle does get taken away. And it seems like with that, Cartoon Network are happy they got that objective. They are going to back away pretty easily. We have to see what happens over here as the Atlas does get spotted off by the Julian. Eudora looking to just sit in the bush, misses the stun. Oof. That would have been bad. A ball of lightning straight in the face of the Ling. Did have his ultimate, so he should be fine. But in the top side, the Mossberg now caught in the gang. The Dawning Light does not connect onto anyone, but the incandescence coming in from the fusion. The Ling able to knock it away. A double kill for the Roger. His 2 members already down as Eudora gets caught in the Mystic Field. The lightning ball does come out, but the Thunder's Wrath landing on the gold buff instead. Oof. A slight misplay, letting the Ling survive over there. It is a low cooldown skill, so might come up in a little bit. But the Eudora are doing pretty well. Meanwhile, on the bot side, the Yu Zhong might just get a counterplay onto the Julian, but the Angela's Heart Guard coming in touch, able to keep himself alive. The Julian does get that kill onto the Yu Zhong, but the Eudora with the Thunder's Wrath able to get a counterplay as Gojo able to get revenge for Megumi. Alright, we do have the bot turret getting pushed away. Spirit of Destruction does not land. Meanwhile, in the mid side, the Ling is pushing out towers as well. 4th Dimension, they are playing pretty objectively. Pretty well, trying to get that little bit of a lead. As the Ling weaves his way onto the top side, straight onto the Moss, but the Dawning Knight does not connect, but the Tempest of Blades is enough to give that Roger a mega kill. Oof. Both of Roger and the Ling getting farmed up. Late game does not look so pretty for the side of Team Cartoon Network. As the Eudora is in position, will he get caught off? Nope. He does not catch anyone over there. Meanwhile, on the top side, the Roger might be caught off over there. The Heart Guard is there to keep himself healthy. The Gusion does go down to the Ling over there. Mega kill secured by the Ling as the Lightning Pounds gets an unstoppable on Roger. Now, seems like Eudora does go to her death as Roger with that Lightning Pound secures that double kill. Now on the mid side, Moskov looking pretty bad. The Tempest of Blaze does come out. Will he be able to get that kill? Yep, he does. Quick and easy, as now Yu Zhong might be in a tough spot. The Angela able to catch him out, but the Black Dragon form is used up. Look at that, the Roger jumping onto the dragon's back. Unable to take him out right now, is able to walk away pretty safe and sound, the dragon. Now with the Lord up, seems like Port DM might just go back to taking the Lord, get another objective play, neutral objective, further their lead, which they're slowly developing. The Link and the Warrior are yet to be shut down, so it might be pretty risky for what's happening as the fight goes out there. Eudora is immediately wiped the enchanted chains connecting onto the Gusion. Now the Atlas does pull two back. Will it be enough? The incandescence does come out, the Tempest of Blaze and the Heart Guard able to keep the Ling alive as a monster kill is secured by the Ling. Now in the backside, we do see that the Yuzhong does jump onto three members, but is not quite enough damage to take anyone out as the Lightning Bounce and the Enhanced Chains does much damage. Dawning Light also connecting onto three, but they got that mid tower. It's their 4DM, they just back up in disciplined play, moving in for the side of 4th Dimensions, as Cartoon Network struggle to find even ground. And look at that. They get the mid lane turret, they immediately try to set up for this Lord. The Fusion does lock onto the Angela, but it's a very risky combo into it. The Dawning Light connecting onto two again. As they are looking to take this bot tower, but the wave does get defended out. Ling does secure this 10-minute Lord. Seems like for the side of 4th Dimension, they are feeling pretty good again this game around. They are back with their discipline. They are sinking up the waves, letting things crash slowly. Now the top tower is also gone. This is a Lord marching down mid. Let's see what happens over here. So as we might see a few fights around that. Eudora is the first fall in this. Godlike to the win. He does have the Tempest of Blaze, does pop it right now. Incandescence that he gets double kill, but he does get double kill. That is catching the big hits on the 3. No one going down yet. Over side of 14 and as a Dawning Light does not connect on the Fusion. Survive the first little bit. As this Lord marking down mid. So they're able to pick up that turret. Now the Yuzhong going back in, but everybody dodges out from the stun from Min as Yuzhong is taking out a Godlike for the Roger. And what in the Mystic Field is that Atlas says that is a double kill and a triple kill for the side of the team. Roger will be going in for the Maniac. It does get stolen away by the Angela. Angela doing Angela things. But before the Roger can secure that Maniac, 4th Dimension does end the game. And with that, guys, I think we do come to the end of tonight's matches. Congratulations for 4th Dimension for winning this and continuing on to the next brackets. Thank you guys for joining on to the stream. Remember to like and subscribe to the channel for further matches as we may be entering the round of 16 pretty soon. This is Kiventon from the Obscura Showdown Season 3 powered by Vista, signing off till we see you guys on another time.
Listen, your heart is beating for me. Even your blood can't wait to escape from you. Keep it authentic. Drink directly from the neck. Your heart is beating for me. Even your blood can't wait to escape from you. Keep it authentic. Drink directly from the neck. Listen, your heart is beating for me. Even your blood can't wait to escape from you. Keep it authentic. Drink directly from the neck. Listen, your heart is beating for me. Even your blood can't wait to escape from you. Keep it authentic. Drink directly from the neck. Listen, your heart is beating for me. Even your blood can't wait to escape from you. Keep it authentic. Drink directly from the neck.